It's been almost 3 years since I sat down in a coffee shop in North Atlanta and heard about the vision of iDisciple. And at that time, I was told about an app that would be developed, that it would be connected with some of the top Christian content providers in the world, and how that could be made available to the body of Christ through technology worldwide. What was a dream and a vision 3 years ago is now a reality. And I'm delighted that Maggie and I can have a conversation here with David Henriksen, who is the president and CEO of iDisciple. It's so good to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Great to be here.
So let's talk about iDisciple. Where is it now? What's going on? And let's learn together. Then we want to tell everyone how they can get engaged with iDisciple and help 100 Huntley Street Crossroads at the same time.
Perfect. Well, iDisciple's around the world, so that's probably one of the things that's happened since that conversation you had about 3 years ago. We're accessed in over 180 countries by 700,000 users, growing by adding probably 25 to 30,000 new users every month. We're in English and Spanish, so all of our users are competent in those two languages, access content in those two languages. Lots of different types of content on the platform, whether it's audio, video, text, devotions, music, talk radio. All of it's available on the platform.
What was the original vision? What was driving this? Because you're all about content.
Right.
You're all about the gospel message, growing people in Jesus Christ, iDisciple. What was the initial vision?
Well, one of our founders is a gentleman by the name of Hal White. He grew up in Florida, and he's a pastor, and all his siblings are pastors. I think his dad was a pastor, family of pastors. And in a conversation they were having around the Thanksgiving table or something like that, one of his siblings talked about the challenges of keeping people engaged in relevant content from Monday to Saturday. Mm-hmm. And so that probably gave birth to a big part of what iDisciple is all about, which is feeding individuals relevant content on a daily basis when they're not in church, that helps them grow in their relationship with God, helps them connect deeper with God, helps them become stronger disciples, if you will. We also have a relationship in the United States with Family Christian bookstores, and so we have a nice complement to the ability to purchase books, movies, music, those types of things in a brick and mortar retail environment. You can also then get fed with similarly relevant content through a technology platform when you're not in the store.
David, go ahead, Maggie, please.
I just want to talk about the nuts and bolts of it. So it's an app and it's a website. Am I correct?
That's exactly right. It's a technology platform that's available through Android, through Apple, and through the web.
Okay. And so you download this app. Why create an app for this? Because I mean, there are many apps out there. There are many Christian apps out there that are feeding different teachings and so forth. Why create this?
The idea around iDisciple is that our users are busy people. And while technology really does enable you to search and find content, if that's what you're looking for, there are very few technology platforms out there that are personalized to an individual and also have the breadth and depth of content that iDisciple has. As I mentioned, we have 12 different music stations, genre-based. We have 9 talk radio channels.
All available on that app?
All available on the app. We've got over 75,000 individual posts. That's a text, that's an audio file, that's a video file, might be a sermon, might be part of a devotion that people can access. So it really is convenience, it's personalization, and speed, really, of finding the right content that is appropriate for you as an individual.
So somebody could go on this app, they plug in their headphones, whatever, on their phone, and they'd be able to listen to any sort of radio. Explain that a little bit more.
So the radio portion specifically is just like a radio station.
Okay.
It just happens to be digital, and you choose it by genre.
Okay.
So you can have gospel, you can have worship, you can have R&B, you can have hip hop, you can have older genres of Christian, wide variety. That's cool. And you just let it play. And that's the way the music portion works, just like a radio station.
And then you have the premier Bible teachers, preachers, household names through the years that have provided tremendous content through books and maybe their own radio, television ministries. But you've got them on iDisciple. They're all there together.
Right.
It's amazing.
That's right. We have over 280 content providers. And
Can you name some of them?
you bet. I mean, they're all fantastic.
There are people that have been on Huntley Street.
Yeah.
Some of the names that your viewers would recognize would be Andy Stanley, Charles Stanley, Rick Warren, Brian and Bobby Houston, Joyce Meyer, Lisa Turkhurst, Nancy Lee DeMoss, those types of names. Crossroads Global Media.
All on Huntley Street
That's
through
right.
the years. So when we found out about this 3 years ago, I came up here and I said, guys, we got to figure out a way to do a partnership. And then we were just warmly received. And so we've entered into a partnership. Why was Huntley? And these are Huntley Street viewers all across Canada and various parts of the world through the web and some places in the U.S. What made us attractive to you to say, hey, we'd love to be able to platform 100 Huntley Street content or Crossroads content?
Yes, it's a privilege to be associated with Huntley Street and with Crossroads. I think our relationship really started around the quality of your content. Many of our users, and frankly, in the digital environment, video is really becoming the predominant way that people like to engage with digital content going forward. And not a surprise, YouTube and many other technology platforms, Vimeo, whatever it might be, are providing video content. The other thing is just your experience in broadcasting, your experience, the reach of your ministry. Your viewers see you as a trusted source of information and content, and that's exactly what we like to have on iDisciple. And we think your viewers are probably busy people. The typical user of iDisciple is a busy person, usually a parent, and they're looking for a trusted source to tell them how they can grow in their spiritual walk, and that's what makes us think of 100 Huntley Street for sure.
What would be the advantage to get this? Because people do have access to us on our website, other ministries on their websites. What's the advantage, the built-in advantage that you have if you become a subscriber and a partner with iDisciple?
Yeah, the biggest thing is that iDisciple looks at things thematically and individually. So when you go search for content on the web or through apps, you're going to find sort of what that source has made available, whether or not it's personalized to you as an individual. When we talk about personalization, we might be talking about how mature do you feel you are in your spiritual walk. Age, gender, parental status. How do you like to get your content? Text, audio, video, all of these things
Customized to you.
are customized personalization options on iDisciple. So the benefit is if you're a busy person that automatically in what we call your daily feed, you are seeing only content that is relevant to you as an individual. And that's what makes us so unique.
So David, you're saying, so when you sign up for iDisciple, you would get a list of things that you would then choose to personalize so that the app would funnel certain information to you.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
All right, so let's do this in the time we have left, and you're going to be discovering more about iDisciple as we roll this out in the weeks and months and, God willing, years ahead. We want you to get engaged in this, be in the game as to what content is available, and then share this information with others, would you? Why don't you take the role of consumer and let the CEO be the teacher? And I think we might have a picture or two that you guys can look. I'll be quiet and just try to learn like everybody else and watch you on television.
Well, so David, you're offering our viewers a free subscription to iDisciple.
That's right.
Explain that a little bit.
So we have really two versions of iDisciple, if you will. The technical term for this is called freemium, meaning there's a free version and there's also a premium version. Okay. That's exactly how we look at iDisciple.
And we see that right there on the screen there.
That's right. So for a free user, you essentially get full access to the platform, except for music. Consumers, whether in the sort of Christian environment or secular environment, are used to paying for music, and so music is one of our premium features. If you're a free user, you get access to the rest of the platform. However, your content consumption is limited to 3 pieces a day. So you can, once you get to through your third piece of content, then you're maxed out for that day and you can't consume anything else on iDisciple until the next day. Some of your personalization capabilities are also more advanced on the premium side. And then the last thing is, as a free user, you will experience faith-based advertising throughout your consumption of content on the platform. And as a premium user, much like other platforms in other categories, you don't see those advertisements.
Okay, so if our viewers go to idisciple.org/Huntley,
That's right.
On the screen.
they will be able to tap into this free subscription. That will get them premium, is that what you're saying?
That's correct.
That will give them the premium subscription. That's great.
That way they can check it out, see if they like it. And then if they want to renew and become a part of this, what's the cost piece on that?
So it is $4.99 a month,
Really?
or you can get an annual subscription for $39.99, which is a full third off of that monthly price.
Less than what, that's $1 a week? The thing, you know, the thing too I love about the music piece, of course we love the content and all that, but I love the music piece too because yes, you can get Christian music on the sites, but you're family friendly. There aren't the other pop-up ads and for music that doesn't reflect our values or our worldview. And so parents can trust this.
And it's personalized. You could choose whichever genre you really like.
That's exactly right.
For me, I wouldn't choose country. There you go.
And on the content
You
side,
don't have to.
on the content side, so let's say, and I'm playing with this, so forgive me if it's not a perfect illustration, but let's say we do an interview here with an expert on depression.
Correct.
Then you would have then a catalog or a menu, I should say, of other items about depression with other outstanding preachers, teachers, commentators.
That's exactly right.
So it's like you can prepare your small group, you can prepare your own personal Bible study, and all of it is right there with the availability of your phone.
That's exactly right. We do this a couple of ways, sorry.
Yeah, no,
Maggie.
go ahead.
We organize content across 19 different life themes. Those themes might be parenting, it might be money, it might be marriage, and you can search or you can select those categories so that content that is associated with that life theme is automatically populating in your daily feed regularly. And these will be people that very often you may not know as an individual consumer. You're used to following maybe a couple big names or you're used to your pastor at your church, but there's a whole level of content, a whole world of content out there that's available on those same issues that you're dealing with as an individual. And then we take it one step further and we've put together the best of thematically tagged content around a common growth plan. So how to be a better father, how to be a better spouse. And you work through 7 days or 14 days worth of content from different authors, all around the same theme. You just can't get that in another type of technical platform.
And here's another great thing about iDisciple, you don't have time limits like we do on television. I am sorry about this. This is so exciting. And for me, as I saw this in fruition, visionary minds of iDisciple team 3 years ago to see you in place, just these in place. And how many people are using it now? Did you say 700?
700,000.
700,000 around the world, and it's only growing exponentially every single day. Why don't you get involved and be a part of this? Be on the front end of getting great content into your tablet, into your phone, and be able to take this with you everywhere you go. David, all the best to you. Come back up and see us, would you?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I enjoyed being
And let's
here.
go
Thanks
back.
for having me.
And I'm glad you and I could come to Canada to see each other. We both live in Atlanta. About 15 minutes apart from each other. This is the world we live in. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
iDisciple. Go online. Check it out. Free app for you.